Hello. In this lesson, we will be looking at a particular electronic resource called QuestiaSchool. And this resource will allow you access to ebooks and academic journal articles, things that you will need for your research paper. The first step is to go to libguides.sfuhs.org and go to that History 1 Mexico Research Guide. And under the tab for finding secondary sources, you're going to look in the box that says Finding Books. And you should have a link here that says QuestiaSchool, and that will take you straight to the site. Your login is your full school email address, and your password is listed there. So if you click on QuestiaSchool, put in your username and password. If you want to just hop to QuestiaSchool right now, feel free to pause the video and check it out for a couple of minutes. In this first search box, I'm just going to put the keyword Mexico and see what comes up. One of the things you see in the center here is matching research topics. And there are several, there are 27 topics. So you might want to scroll through these and see if any of these topics match your research. There's the Mexican Revolution. There's something about the US-Mexico border. Actually, that's where we're going. Mexican art. So if any of these things fit in, you would check out those research topics. I'm going to add a keyword here though, and I'm going to search for something on the Mexico border, but I'm going to add that border in a second keyword. So Mexico and border. And we see up here that there are two matching research topics and a number of books, academic journals, magazines, newspapers, and encyclopedia entries that would relate to that topic. I'm going to first look at the matching research topic. And under there, you see a description of the US-Mexican border. This looks quite a bit like a reference article. And then a number of books that relate to the border. And there are lots of different aspects of the border you see that come up here. There's stuff about border security, about just the history of the border, about the migrant experience of the border, about drugs of the border. So there are a number of things that you could find just by looking under the topic. But if we go back to that original search, we see that there are a number of books here. And if you wanted to take a look at one of them, let's just go and look at the US-Mexico border, Transcending Divisions, Contesting Identities. When you click there, it gives you a synopsis of the book. In the center, you see the cover of it, and on the right, the table of contents is listed, and there are related books and articles that you can investigate there. One thing I like to do right away is, if something looks interesting, is save it to the active project. So if you click Save to Active Project, it saves it, but where does it go? Well, if you click here on the right on Menu, and go to Projects, you have a default project, which you can then, clicking on this gear, rename something like Mexico Research. Save. So there you go. And then you can go into that and see that there are a couple of books that are saved. I saved a book called Migre, A History of the U.S. Border Patrol. So you could go to that book and see what's in there. And again, table of contents. You can search within the book if you're interested in searching families, seeing where that comes up. And then you could jump straight to that page and see what they had to say about families. You can print from these pages, but they are very clunky. Not very much text goes on every page, so it's not really all that handy to print from QuestiaSchool. You can add notes to pages and save it. You can cite the page, and it does give you a Chicago style option. There's MLA, APA, and Chicago. But I just want to point out that this is for footnoting. It is not the bibliographic format. All the information you need is there, but this would not be acceptable in your bibliography at the end. So, but you could save that and have that saved to your notes. You can also bookmark this page, and when you go back to your active project, you'll see all of the activity that you have saved to any book. So now we have 5 items in our active project. We've saved a book, we've cited it, we've made a note. This would be a good time to pause the video and search for books. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is show you around the academic articles. So again, I just searched Mexico, and I'm going to add the keyword border. Press the check mark. Again, we see these books, and then the tab that says academic journals. It's great to use these. These articles are usually written by, well, they're always written by experts in their field, usually college professors, sometimes graduate students, and they are shorter than books. Some of them can be quite long, up to 40 pages. Some of them are of a shorter length, but they usually are packed full of information, and they're about specific topics. So looking at this list of academic journal articles, as someone who is looking into early 20th century immigration from Mexico, this changes in occupational earnings along the U.S.-Mexico border between 1900 and 1920 has a lot of potential. So if I go into that article, there's an excerpt, and if it's looking good, I could then go in to read the whole article or save it to my active project. So that's 2 really good ways to use QuestiaSchool. There are also magazine articles and reference articles in here, but really focusing and using your time to look at the books and academic journals that they provide is a great resource. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to come to me, Nicole, or Haley in the library, and we will be happy to help you. Thanks.